I'm going to turn down my Sims music a little bit because while that is making me feel better, it is a little distracting. And I don't want to get flagged. I'm having a bad day. It started out as a pretty good day. I was able to finish this big project I'd been working on for a couple of days, and that I could have taken my time with over a couple of weeks instead, but I do what I always do and procrastinate, so I ended up going to sleep at like 7:30 in the morning, and I just kind of wish I hadn't woken up, you know, like before I went to bed I noticed that I was overdrawn at my bank by like $219. And it's really because my fiance is living about 2,500 miles away and does not have the login information for my bank account. And, you know, we share all of our expenses. You know, I think he paid the mortgage this month, so it was really easy for me to pay the gas bill and the light bill and the internet cable bill, as long as I knew when that was going to happen. But then he just paid it one day and called me afterwards, and between him paying the bills and calling me to let me know, I had gone to the bank and withdrawn like $100 cash, and those payments for the bills didn't go through yet. So when I came home to look at everything, it seemed fine, and I thought, you know, I even had some like credit in an old savings account that I saw that might help out if there was a problem, and apparently not. The next morning I went to go get a cold brew from Starbucks. I was really happy. I was feeling proud of myself and probably trying to reward myself for something, and ended up costing $40 for that drink. So, and then yeah, they charged me another $110 for the 3 different bill payments that overdrew my account. So this has happened to me a number of times in my life, and it usually only happens at bad times, because the only reason I'm ever that low on an account is because I'm having a hard time, usually because I'm unemployed or I'm a student or something, and whatever help I could get from family during that hard time is completely eaten up by overdraft fees. And most of the time, I understand that. You know, sometimes you can go in and explain the situation and they'll say, you know, we can waive one but not all, or we can waive this one but not that one. And I understand, you know, banks need to make their money, but I went in to see the branch manager today. It just happened to be her that asked me to come back and talk about my situation and ask what I needed help with, and I told her, and she said that, you know, you only get one courtesy waiver throughout the entire lifetime of your account. I've been an account holder for 15 years. I've had probably like a half dozen of these waivers, because the people that I'm talking to listen to what I'm telling them, and that this is not just some frivolous thing. I actually need help. My entire unemployment check is going to disappear into the coffers of Regions Bank because they let me buy a coffee when there was no money in my account. Because they calculated my cash withdrawal first as the thing that, the one transaction that was okay, but then the 3 bills that were paid technically before I took that money out and just didn't actually process until afterwards. 1, 2, 3 each gets its own little NSF fee. You know, I mean, I know what that is. I'm not stupid. I'm also not crooked. I would love to just have one of those fees waived. I can't tell them that because they'll jump on that and say, okay, well then that's all we're gonna do for you, and we'll just take another $110, and that's nothing for you, right? Because it's absolutely nothing for us. $110 to you is what? 2 weeks of food? Because that's where I am now. I've lost 15 pounds since November. I eat like only a few different meals that I can spend, I think, $30 a week buying. So that's 3 weeks of food for me. What is it to Regions? Nothing. Anyway, I tried to vent a little bit to family, but I think I'm in too bad of a mood, and unfortunately the only person that could talk to me right now is my dad, and he's the last person I need to talk to for emotional support. And I ended up reaching out, and he called me, and I snapped at him. And normally I would be like feeling pretty guilty about snapping at somebody who's just trying to be there and be supportive, but not this guy. Not with our history now. So anyway, it's been a really bad day since I woke up, but I feel better that I've gotten it out and off my chest and talked to you about it, so that's nice. I'm just gonna escape into The Sims. Anyway, it's just been a really trying week, and this was not the way I wanted it to end. And like, I have an unemployment claim that I'm supposed to file. Like, I'm behind, and if I don't file them, I'm afraid I'm gonna lose the opportunity to. And as soon as I claim it, it's gonna direct deposit into an account where it will disappear. And I just, you know, like, at a certain point, it's just not fair. And somebody needs to care about that. And it just doesn't feel like anybody does. Or at least, not anybody with the authority or ability to do anything to help me. So, I know that everybody watching this is super supportive and sweet. And I feel really bad for getting this emotional, because I don't want you to feel bad. And I don't want you to feel like obligated to feel like you need to help me or make me feel better or anything. Like, just don't worry about that. But I just needed to talk to somebody, and my dad was not working for me. So thank you for listening. And I know this is not really a big deal in the long run, and I know that this happens all the time, and I'm fine. I have everything I need to survive. I'm not gonna lose my house. I'm gonna be fine. And I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna go live with my fiance, and sometime this year, and maybe just not soon. But sometimes it's just a lot, and it feels like it's too much, and I needed to talk to somebody, because I didn't want to have to call a hotline, you know what I mean? I really appreciate being able to talk to you. I'm so sorry that it's like a super emotional, negative video and not something more positive or hopeful or something. The thing is, I actually feel positive overall. I did accomplish something extremely difficult today that I'm super proud of. The little project that I finished was a big deal, and it made me feel good to do it and to finish it, like, according to my own timeline. Then it just makes me angry that I couldn't even buy myself like a chocolate bar to like celebrate, you know? Because it would be absurd to put that on a credit card, right? And how am I gonna pay that? Anyway, it's just been really trying week. And I thought I would I'm sure I'm not the only one that's had a trying week. And if you've been watching the news for the past 2 weeks, you know, that's reason enough to start crying, right? So anyway, let's all have a good cry in the comments or something. And I don't know, just be kind to each other. I guess I just always do everything I can to help people when I know that they really need it. And I just wish there was anybody in my proximity with the ability to help me who had like those same feelings. And it just sucks it just sucks because, like, I know the person that I asked today had all the power to do anything to help me, and she chose not to, knowing my situation. That's what hurts. I mean, that's what really hurts. It's not even being broke. It's not even being negative at my bank account. Like, I can live with all that. It's knowing that I went there and I put on clothes that are full size, too big for me. I haven't left the house because none of my clothes fit. I've lost so much weight. The only clothes I do have, I bought from Walmart for $5 a piece because I'm practicing austerity measures, and they're really just not appropriate to walk into a bank and ask someone to forgive you a $219 debt. You have to look like a human that contributes to society or something. So I put on the best clothes that I could find that would fit, and that in itself is kind of humiliating. And like, went to this bank, talked to this woman. Ironically, she's supposed to be raising awareness about identity theft, so she's wearing this costume to work today as, like, I guess it's Friday so you can or whatever. And so she's wearing like a silly hat that looks like a spy's little fedora or something, and then like her little blazer, and it has like a bunch of name tags all over the place. Like, it's got Chris where the name goes, and then it's got like 15 different name tags all over her body, including her jeans and her hat. And like, it's silly. And so I'm thinking, here I am trying to take this seriously, and I'm talking to the branch manager, who is looking like a sleuth from Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. And you know, and she's telling me just the biggest crock of shit for why she just can't do anything to help me, and it's just not in her power to make that decision. And I know that's a lie, because I've done this half a dozen times in the past 15 years that I've had an account at that bank. The same account that she's telling me I only get one NSF forgiveness for, and they're going to have to ask the branch manager at the bank where I originally opened this account 15 years ago in a different state. I'm just going to have to send her an email and just see if it's cool with her, if she just wants to go ahead and waive that for me. That's the only way they can do it, sorry. Bullshit. That's bullshit. I'm sorry, it's bullshit. And, you know, I'm just going to get a different bank account now. I've only been your customer for 15 years, and this is the time that you choose to say no. It says a lot. And it says I'm going to find a different bank now. So that's how I feel about that. I even tweeted at like the Ask Regions person, and her response was pretty garbage too. And I told her, I was like, yeah, getting a different bank account starting tomorrow, just so you guys know it's happening. They're like, oh, give us your phone number, we'll reach out and formally document it. Well, I'm formally documenting it right now. Anyway, I'm so mad. Like, I just get so worked up about stuff sometimes, and like, it doesn't help that I haven't eaten yet today. Really need to go make my sandwich, have my meal. I have more than one. There's going to be more than one. It's okay. But it's the big one that I'm like most looking forward to. So anyway, thank you for listening. Really sorry for like making it a whole thing, getting super emotional and stuff, but I could not have this conversation with my own sole surviving parent. So I just really cannot tell you, really cannot over exaggerate here how much I truly appreciate having you to talk to, because I mean, it was you or myself. I mean, technically right now it is myself, but it's going to be you when you comment and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that very much. I really appreciate how sweet you guys are and how supportive you are. My dog is now whining at me to let her outside, so I'm going to go tend to her needs. Just thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, and thank you for sticking around. I'll see you again soon. I'll make another video as soon as I get a chance.